Hi Barbs, it's Kenny here. I'm coming to you all with this highly requested tutorial from my previous video with the ginger color, y'all. So let's just get into it. So this hair is from Klaiyi hair. I thought the packaging was super adorable. I also love the fact that you can store your hair, and on top of it they gave you hair care instructions, and that is super important for me. Now the bundles in the frontal was packaged very well, and I love the fact that they included some cute little lashes. Now the frontal is pre-plucked and the knots bleached really well. I believe I only bleached them 1 or 2 times, but the hairline was awesome, y'all, so I didn't have to worry about doing too much customization to the hairline. The bundles also came with details on the packaging, so you didn't have to figure out, what was what. It was no speculation because it was on there, okay? Now the wefts were really neat and the ends were not scraggly nor were they dry, so that's always a plus for me. My only gripe about the hair, y'all, is that the wefts were kind of thin and they reminded me of beauty supply store hair, so I did have to double all the tracks achieving this fullness of this wig. But other than that, y'all, I absolutely loved this hair. The items you'll need you can pick up from your local beauty supply store. Now I just have 2 tinting brushes, 2 tinting bowls, my clips, I love my whisk, and I absolutely cannot go without that detangling brush. So I'm just using the quick white to go ahead and lighten the hair. I have a little bit over a cup, just a little heat, and I will add that same amount to both tinting bowls. And what I do is I go in with my 40 volume developer and get it to a consistency where it's not too thick where it cannot spread throughout the hair, and not too thin where it's running all over the place. So y'all, as you can see, I'm going in with my detangling comb just to make sure that the bleach is throughout the hair. And I also do that to get rid of demarcation. Like, I cannot have that in my wig. No ma'am, no sir. So that's why this detangling brush is definitely a must. So I go in like you see and apply my bleach to the hair. And then I go through with the comb and make sure that I get the bleach throughout the hair, and then also get rid of that demarcation at the top of the hair. Now, as you can see, I'm going through and just making sure I did not miss any spots, and make sure that I'm going up as far as I actually wanted to on the roots. I almost forgot to mention that I did start with the front intentionally because I wanted the front of the wig to be lighter than the back of the wig. I wanted more of a gradient effect going from the front of the wig being lighter and the back of the wig being darker. I'm just going through and making sure that I did not miss any spots. But as you can see on the other side, some of the bleach kind of crept up and put like a little boo-boo in our wig, but that's okay. Easy fix, we'll get it done. And I just let it process for about an hour. I wanted to make sure the hair turned more of a 27 than a 30, so I just washed it and let it air dry. So since the bleach crept up on the root a little bit, y'all, we're just going to go in and fix that with our iron. Now, I believe I got it in the color darkest brown, but I will leave all that in the description box below. I like to get my color a thicker consistency, y'all. This is like key, because if it's too thin, it's going to run all over the place and get on the lace, and I can't stand that. But if you have it thicker, I feel like you can control and manipulate the product a little bit better. Now I go in with the lightest touch to apply the color, and then I go in with my mascara brush, and you can pick that up from your local Sally's, and just distribute the product a little bit evenly and closer to the root. Now remind you guys, if you don't go up close enough to the root, it's going to look like you have over bleach knots. So just take your time, get as close to the root as possible without getting it on the lace. Now this is what the root looks like after about an hour. So I just went ahead, shampooed it, and let it air dry. Now I did not deep condition or condition this hair until the end of coloring this hair because I didn't want it to take away from the color. The hair originally only bleached to about a 30 and I wanted a 27. So I ended up bleaching it again, shampooing it, let it air dry, and then now I'm getting ready to apply the color. So y'all, I ended up adding a little bit of the 40 volume developer to the color. I just didn't want it to bleed too much, so that's why I added it. Now, this particular color is a little bit on the runny side, you all. So you really want to make sure that you saturate this hair very well and make sure that you put down all the garbage bags you'll need in order to avoid that color getting everywhere. But if you just take your time and use like this detangling brush, you'll make sure that you get that color throughout the hair and make sure that you get it nice and saturated. With the frontal, you definitely want to make sure that you take your time and that you don't miss any spots. I like to saturate it, and so I go in with my detangling comb just to make sure that that's spread evenly at the top. But as y'all can see, I'm even getting my baby hair to make sure that it mimics the rest of the hair. I don't want it to look like a botch job. I definitely want it to look as professional as possible. Save a few little coins and then, you know, wear it, slay it, be done with it. So take your time, you all. Make sure that you saturate the hair without getting it on the lace. Since I did use the 40 volume developer in the hair color, I ended up just washing the hair about 4 to 5 times. And then once I saw that, y'all, I noticed that the hair color was a little dull. So I went in with my last unopened Ebin color and saturated the hair, y'all. And then after that, I let it sit under the hair dryer for about an hour, hour and a half. After that, all I had to do was rinse it, deep condition it, and then let it air dry. And this was my final look. I hope you dolls enjoyed this tutorial. I definitely enjoyed making it. So if you all have any questions, just make sure you leave them below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all, and I will see you next time. Later.
I'm a Barbie girl living in my Barbie world. I'm a Barbie girl living in my Barbie world. When my Kenzak take me to the party world. Dress up